Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
So yeah, still David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 406. As I say, this is I was going to say 10 minutes of nothing, but it's not. This is the games played this week. So this is just me talking about the games that we've got up on our YouTube channel this week. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave comments, all that good stuff, bell the icon. So, as always, we're sponsored by Games Inspired Music. It's an album. It's got about 25 tracks of music on, some songs, some just music, some backing music. It was going to be for an animated TV show that we were developing, and unfortunately things happened and someone died of cancer and stabbed someone, got house arrest and all the other stuff. So, a lot of money lost, a lot of people suffered, but what can you do? You got to keep on with stuff, keep doing it. So, the album came out. It's on Spotify. It's on Spotify. Jesus. It's on Spotify. It's on like the Google Play Store. It's on the Amazon Store. Just search Games Inspired Music, and 20% of each sale will go to the Child Play charity. Now, we chose a Child Play charity. I don't know why, because we don't do anything with the Child Play charity. It is just 1 week of every year. I think that a lot of the streamers and YouTubers and gamers do a 24-hour stream dedicated to the Child's Play charity, so it's nice just to try and give back to some things. So that is the Games Inspired Music album. Also, you can get our first 100 podcast. Try not to yawn, but it didn't work. It didn't work at all, did it? Yeah, so you can get our first 100 podcasts from audiobooksontape.com. Just go on to audiobooksontape.com and search One Up Gaming. You'll find us there, and we will donate £1 of each sale to the Diabetes UK charity. That's because, for once, I am diabetic, and it is just a way of giving back for all the money that I've taken from the NHS because of my illness. Is it illness? Is it? I don't know what you'd call it, but yeah, I get free stuff. It's cool. So that is the intros. We've got 3 books. The unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. Each book's got 2 or 3 screenshots of a game with like 100, 200 words about each game. And I think there's over 100 games featured in each book. So full colour, it's just a nice little coffee table book. 8.25 inches squared, and it's just nice. So treat family members, treat friends. If people do enjoy like these retro consoles and games, they have the games featured. They have the controllers, the different models of consoles, colorways, all that type of stuff, and loads of other random stuff in there. But yeah, so we'll go straight into the games played this week. So the first game that we played this week was Remnant 2. I have to remember the 2 on the end of that, because I played Remnant as well, the original. So this one, it looks really nice. You know, it really does look nice. I don't know if it's Unreal Engine 4 or if it is an Unreal Engine 5 game, but I was really captivated by how it looked. It was really nice. Now, I'm not a big, massive knower of these sort of games. I honestly thought that... Just making sure the microphone's plugged in. I think it is. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of knowledge of this sort of game. When I first heard about it, I just assumed that it was the... like an always online MMO sort of game. That's what I envisioned. But it turns out that it's just like a Souls-like sort of game. There's like a plant virusy thing and monsters, and It was really good. It was really nice. I enjoyed it. It looked amazing. It played well. Well, it played as well as the normal sort of like Souls like sort of games, which basically means that it's very stilted, it's very stiff. It's very animation heavy. But yeah, it was a really good game. The story, I started to get right into it. I was really enjoying my time, but yeah, so Remnant 2, good little game. I really enjoyed it. Next up, I managed to load up Rare Replay, and I gave a quick go to Blast Corps. I mean, like, it's weird how, like, because I'm English and not American, it's the same as like the. Oh, it's not Mega Man, is it? It's the. Was it Mega Man? There's the hardcore. Was it? Oh god, what the hell was it called now? It was something hardcore, but in the UK it was something hard corpse, because we don't pronounce car with the P. It's a weird world that we live in. But yeah, so I would call it Blast Corps. But I think it's Blast Car. And it's just a weird Americanism thing that I just don't like. I don't like it at all. Pronounce letters that are in words, for God's sake. But yeah, so Blast Car. Considering it's a Nintendo 64 game from 1996, I'd have a guess. It's very blurry and lacking detail, but it's a full 3D open world sort of game. You control like a little tiny weenie dude, and you can move fully 3D environment with that little dude. It's more of a top-down view, but you can rotate the cameras. It's a full 3D world that you're moving around in. You have different vehicles you can get into, and the aim of the game is basically as simple as it can be. There is a nuclear missile on a back of a flatbed truck thing, and it is just going to go in a straight line till it gets to its checkpoint. So you have to get into the car or get into a rocket pack or whatever you are getting into, and you have to literally knock down anything that's in direct line of sight to where this missile is going to. So you have to knock down houses, trees, courtyards, and it's just a fun, stupid game. Rock hard once you get past like level 4 or 5, but it is an amazing game. I really enjoyed it. The thing that got me though, again, same as a lot of these old games, the controls. You know, sometimes when you're moving around, you don't move where you think you're moving, and then other times it moves where you think you're moving. It's a weird game, but it's still, even now, I'd play it. It's still a really good little game. So next up, we have Vanquish. Now, I'd never really played Vanquish before, so this is like I'd never guessed I know they did a 10-year anniversary edition with Bayonetta. Was it Bayonetta? 2 Sega games. And then this is the one that was on the Xbox One, I believe, that came out later. So I think this is like a more of a high-res version of the 10th anniversary edition. But yeah, I'd heard a lot of things about it. I know it's a third-person cover shooter with rocket knee pads. So you just hold the button down and you like slide on your knees and just slide forward. It's just stupid. But the shooting felt nice, meaty, weighty. The movement was really good. The aiming was nice and snappy. And the graphics looked really good, really smooth, really tight. And I was really shocked at how good this game was. I do know that Platinum Games, who's the developer, they do make some amazing games, but they also make some bloody blunders as well. But this looked good. I loved the art style. I loved the characters. I really enjoyed it. So Vanquish is really, really fun. So if you like third-person action cover games, give it a go. It's really good. Story's amazing. Batshit crazy, but it's amazing. So next up, we have Nightmare Kart. Oh. And this one is, I think it's from the developers that was doing the downgrading retro remake of the Souls game that was on the PlayStation. I've completely forgotten. It looked wet and slimy. Please leave comments. I know I'm stupid in forgetting things. I'm old. I'm going senile. I do apologise. But anyway, they designed this as a 32-bit-esque kart racer using the same character models and stuff. And it's a fun little game. I think the controls, I don't know if it was just like on the 360, not even 360, the Xbox One, the Series X controller that I've got for the PC. Instead of using the triggers at the back, it uses the 2 bumper buttons. So it was just a little bit, it felt a bit off. But I guess it's just like a really low budget indie developer that released it free on Steam. So what do you expect? It played well, it looked nice for that art style that they're going for. So they're going for the very minimal, very warping style, textures and 3D polygons and stuff. But it's a fun little game and I really enjoyed it. It's got a story, it's got characters, it's got charm, and it just plays well. So Nightmare Kart, good little game. Download it, send the developer our love. I really love it when people do these sort of weird and wonderful things and it's just fun. And that's what we need in life, we need a bit of fun. Next up we have a game called Run Sausage Run. Now this is a very simple, I don't know why I keep closing my eyes, it just feels right. You know, you just close your eyes and just have 5 seconds. But I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. Oh, God, will we ever get this finished? Anyway, Run Sausage Run. Again, Cubic Games, thank you for sending loads of stuff. Is one of their games that was, I'd never guess it was like a mobile game to start with. And it's now been released on Steam, Switch, all those other things. And it is just a, I believe it's like a 2D sort of side endless runner style sort of game. But it has got individual levels. And all you do is, on my keyboard it was just the W button. And when you hit the W button, it makes your little character lean backwards and run. So as you're going through the environment, through the levels, it's got like saws or knives or spinning things or flame. And you have to work out when to press the button to run and when to not press the button to slow down. And it is just a very simple, very easy to understand dodgem game where you just have to try and survive through to the end of the level. And you're timed, so it's like the Trials HD sort of style where you're timed and then your scores get put up against all your friends online, which is fun little game. It is just, this is very mobile centric. It is just a one button game. So I can understand. No, I'm absolutely knackered. I can understand why some people might not enjoy this sort of game. I believe it's only £1 or a couple of quid on Steam, so yeah, it was a fun little game. I enjoyed it. It's just not a meaty game. So then the next game that we have, the next two we got sent to review. So the first one is Willy's Wonderland. Now, I thought I'd heard of the name before, and it turns out that it was a movie from a year or two ago, starring Nicolas Cage. There we go. It eventually popped in there. But yeah, Nicolas Cage. And it is just Five Nights at Freddy's without the Five Nights at Freddy's license. So he goes in and destroys and kills all these like animatronic things in a old pizzeria diner thing. So it is just God, this is torture for me. absolute torture. So when I saw the game, I didn't think much of it. I just sort of like downloaded it, got sent it to review, downloaded it, turned it on, and it is just a really simple, cheap, basic looking 3D scrolling beat 'em up. Some of the characters get reused ad nauseum. Your moveset is just like a punch, punch, punch kick or a punch, punch, punch uppercut. You have a special move which is like a flying dragon punch with like flames coming off it, which isn't great. And then you can press the 2 trigger buttons and it causes your character to do like a big whirly spinny thing, like the spinning bird kick but with your fists. And doing that uses some of your life. There was a choice of either a male or a female characters. Now I don't know if these were based on the movie people or not. I didn't put that much into it. But it is just a really low budget feeling game. It's graphically not there. Gameplay isn't great. It's very slow, very sluggish. And yeah, Willy's Wonderland. I know they just bought the license and whacked it in there, but I have no idea why it's connected to this movie. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Not a great game. And the last game that we played this week is called Wild Seas. And now, I don't know what I was expecting. I really don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting like is it Vampire Savers or something? Where it's like you control the direction that you go in, and it's like an automated shooter sort of game where you like top down twin stick shooter without the twin stick bits. This is very similar to that sort of game, but you actually use the you actually use the right analog stick to aim and then the trigger to fire. It was a fun game. It wasn't a game that I would come back to though, because I much prefer the full-blown like vampire em-ups or savior or whatever the hell you want to call them, where you're literally just moving your little character around, and if the enemies get within your zone, you automatically fire towards it. This one just seemed a bit more manic, tapping the button all the time to sort of like to hit or shoot or whatever you were doing. Graphically it looked nice. It's like a top-down Zelda style sort of thing. Different levels have different backgrounds. You can collect coins and money to buy upgrades. You can unlock chests to get items. And then there is like hunters coming in to destroy the diamond in the middle of, I think it was like a diamond, a crystal. And you have to try and stop them from destroying the crystal. And it's just a repeating process where you get better, get stronger, get more points, more scores, and all that good stuff. So that is Wild Seas. So it's not a bad game. It's just not a game that I would play that much, to be honest. And that, my friends, is episode 406 of the One Up Gaming Podcast. This is the games played this week. We also have an Amazon packet. Now, this Amazon packet I ordered because I promised the guy I would, and he came on our 400th podcast, so it's like 6 weeks ago now. And I promised I would buy this when he came on, so I bought a copy of 8-Bit Stories. So I will have to have a read through that. Oh, it looks nice. It's not as heavy text as I thought it was going to be. It's got colour, this one. I must have bought the colour one. I don't know what I was doing. But I believe this one was about £15. But there you can see some bits and bobs. Now I did see some like colour colour artwork. Is that colour? I can't see. Where am I? Yeah, it looks like colour. So you can see some artwork there. So 8-bit stories. Michael John Nooney. So apologies. But yeah, he was on our podcast, like I say, a couple of weeks ago. So if you're interested in the chat that we had with him, just go to like 6 weeks ago to episode 400, and I'm sure that you'll be able to find it there. So he's Mike's Vintage Tech on YouTube, not YouTube, bloody hell, on Facebook. There we go. God, I don't know none of these sort of things, but yeah. So that is the 8-bit stories. It's about £15 for the. I guess this is the softback colour version, and you can also get a hardback version, which is about £35, I think. So email him, send him your love, send him our love, tell him the book's amazing and that One Up Gaming sent you over. That'll do. So yeah, so that's episode 406 of the Games Played this week. So thank you all. It's been me, David, One Up Gaming, and we'll be back after this quick break with the 10 minutes of nothing.